Hello guys, welcome to this edition of One on One with Priscilla. I am your host, Priscilla Irez. On today's edition, we'll be going political. Yes, state of the nation, insecurity facing Nigeria at the moment, and so many other things will be discussed on this edition. Trust me, you know we have a guest. We always have a guest. We have a guest in the house with us. Is a former senator, an APC chieftain, a political stalwart, a godfather to so many people. He'll be talking to us about the insecurity faced in Nigeria, the state of the nation, the current administration, and so many things will be discussed on the show. And trust me, there is also a segment of the show that's the money-making segment. Yippee! Oh, so delicious. That segment is how to make money. We teach you how to invest. We teach you on how to invest and get returns for your investment. That is Perfection Real Estate Group. We had to drag the president himself to come and talk to us. Don't miss this one. We'll go for the short break. Let's pay some bills. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Become an apartment owner with as little as 2.5 million naira in Ibejuleki. Invest in own-to-rent apartments at Perfection Estate in Ibejuleki. This is your own gateway to passive monthly rental income. Start making money while you sleep. The own-to-rent real estate investment opportunity is a product of innovation from the stable of Perfection Real Estate Group, and it's aimed at helping you create your own pathway to financial freedom with ease. For more information, please click the link below.
With us is a political serial, an APC chieftain, a senator that's been in the political system, the Nigerian political system, for so many years. So he'll be addressing so many things today, which includes the insecurity of Nigeria, the state of the nation, and so welcome, Senator Anthony Adefuye. Welcome to On One, sir.
Thank you.
So now, the last time we met, we were trying to address an issue on the state of the nation and the insecurity Nigeria is facing currently. What's your take on that? As a past senator, when you were still serving and now, how would you rate the insecurity in Nigeria?
Thank you. Now, insecurity didn't start today. Neither did it start yesterday. I led a delegation of Yoruba Unity Forum to see the then president. And I said, this insecurity by Boko Haram, won't you do something? I won't like to say what you told me. So it has been in existence at that time and nobody did anything. And there was a time some of the Boko Haram were made commissioners in Yobe and in Maiduguri, and there was an outcry that these are known members of Boko Haram and they are there. But the difficult thing about Boko Haram is that they have no dressing mode for you to be able to identify that this is a Boko Haram and this is not a Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a difficult thing to eradicate because they are amongst us, they are within us, and then that's very dangerous. And again, when we send our Air Force, it's difficult for them to shoot because our soldiers and the Boko Haram people sometimes from the air, it's difficult to identify. Very difficult to identify. All the same, I think the Air Force should be more appropriate and accurate in making sure that they fight these Boko Haram wherever they are. Most especially when they are not in the forest. The area is just grassland and so on and so on. So we can have a situation where we are ready to fight Boko Haram. But I think the important thing to do is to make sure that it doesn't spread beyond that area. And I think that's what the Nigerian government is trying to do now, to protect and make sure that they don't come this way and they are driven back.
The recent attack on the NDA and the killings in the northern part of Nigeria, do you think we're winning the war with the new trend of, or would I say, the terrorists coming out to say they are repentant and
The war is not a competition, so I cannot say we are winning or losing. Now, this is a serious case.
yes,
For them to go and attack AD, shocking, and I must say so. And I think the Nigerian army, our armed forces, should really take that as a challenge to ensure that they really fight this Boko Haram. I would expect that the situation is going to get worse because of the situation in Afghanistan. Most of these people are really funded by the Afghans. Now the people have taken over there. The Americans have abandoned them, and we have serious issues now. We just hope that we will be able to stop them from
spreading
and influencing our own Boko Haram from doing what they should not do. Anyway, I think the issue of insecurity is not really Boko Haram. It's also because Boko Haram is limited to the northeast. But we also have kidnapping all over. People who disguise as Fulani herdsmen.
yes.
We have arrested over 1,300 in Lagos, and there's not a single Fulani there. So we now discover that it is our own people who are doing this kidnapping from those that have been arrested so far. I had a situation to sit down with the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State and say, look, they have been saying that Fulani are the people kidnapping, Fulani are the people kidnapping. Let us see the statistics. How many have you caught? He said, first of all, there has not been a single kidnapping case in Lagos. But the one that he would have said happened was in Ikorodu. But the man was kidnapped in Ogun State, even though he lives in Ikorodu. And at the end of the day, they discovered that it was his son who arranged the kidnapping. So when we are talking of insecurity, let us first of all look inside and make sure that our friends and family and relations are not the kidnappers. It's difficult for somebody to come from another state and then kidnap you in the market. If you want to kidnap somebody, you must make sure that he has the money to pay ransom. You can't kidnap just anybody. There was a case in Ibadan where somebody was kidnapped in the market, and it was a big story in the papers. So I called people in the market and said, somebody as I knew, they kidnapped somebody in the market. He said, yeah, that is how they saw it. These Fulanis, they kidnapped better. But at the end of the day, when they caught the person who did the kidnapping, he was a Yoruba man. So we have to be very careful when we begin to say what is not true. We are helping these criminals to get away, because people will not bother when they see a relation coming to them. They think they are safe, whereas they are the one really who are doing the kidnapping. It's difficult for anybody to kidnap if he doesn't know that area. He must know the area, he must know the terrain.
That brings us down to the attack on the NDA. Before you're able to penetrate
the NDA.
NDA.
Well, I'm still shocked. I don't know what to say about that. This NDA.
Past presidents and governors, they're coming out to speak out, and the former military president recently came out to say that during his time and now, the insecurity and corruption is worse.
You hear the smell. absolute nonsense. It was a military regime. You cannot query, you cannot challenge. You will disappear. If you remember the case of Billy Giwa, he was just a journalist who just spoke. The next day, he was killed with a paper bomb. So how can you compare that time to this time, where we have the National Assembly, we have the ESCO, we have everything. At that time, it was not. It was just a military man. This is your governor. This is your governor. He can pick the children and wife and say they are commissioners. He can pick market people and say they are commissioners. And we all just quietly go about our work. Now I will tell you, during the military, they did not add a single kilowatt to our power generation. They did not build a single power station. It was only during the Obasanjo regime that we started building more power stations in Nigeria. The fall short that occurred during the military in power was so much that Nigeria is still in black out now. Now, during the military, we did not observe this power cut because there was nothing for people to do. Now everybody is engaged, everybody has his job and so on and so forth. So how can you compare that to a military regime? It's not possible. I think it's absolute nonsense to compare a military regime to a democratic regime where anybody can say whatever he likes, where anybody can do whatever he likes. You know that even when you arrest a kidnapper.
Do you think we still have that freedom now to speak out, to say what we want?
If you are sure of what you are saying, you can speak out. Why not? Since you dare not, people are so they mind how they speak. Now it's worse with the social media. Everybody just write anything, just say anything. Most especially our children abroad. When they come home and they are tired and frustrated, they say anything. They even go to, they were even protesting in Britain. They want Dudu say they want Biafra state. As if Britain who will give them Biafra state. And I think the federal government should do something also to ensure that all these Amotekun, all these people, they should so organize them that they will secure every state to ensure that they know what is happening and they can quickly tell the police or inform the armed forces whatever they know. But really, the fear of insecurity is really exaggerated.
As an APC chieftain, we hear rumors, we don't know how true it is, that the current vice president is coming out to be contest for president.
No, I don't know about that. I don't think it's true. Okay. And I don't know about that. I don't think it's true.
So who do you think will be coming out from the APC?
Well, I can say definitely Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the person we are trying to encourage to come out and be the president of Nigeria. And if you ask me why, some of you probably don't know, that when Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, he did a lot of wonders. And those wonders still continue till today. If you were in Lagos in 1996, 97, and you are in Lagos now, you find it's a new Lagos. And it will change more towards the end of this year because you will have the red line.
Do you think it's fit to
Oh, that's what
Because we heard that he's been in the hospital in London for quite a while, and people are going there to visit him.
Well, I was in hospital in London in September, just a little after my birthday, in October, and people were coming to visit me. Nobody said anything. Why is it? It's because it's Bola Tinubu now, and there is noise.
But do you think
I was in hospital, and it was
to...
the same thing he went for that I went for, and there was no noise.
What did he
And
go for?
in fact, he was the one who recommended that doctor to me. So people.
So what exactly did he go for? What treatment?
Well, you know, as you grow older, you are going to have arthritis problem. That was nothing major.
Okay.
If you are lucky, it will be mild. If you are unlucky, you will find a lot of your knee pain or back pain and so on and so forth. But it's not something that can kill you, but it's something that can give you pain.
So do you want him to be the next president?
By the grace of God, I think I want him to be the president of Nigeria. And I can assure you, you will find a lot of surprise changes. He's an adventurous man who wants people to know that he's doing something. In Lagos State at that time, even when Obasanjo stopped the money to the local government, we didn't feel it. He was still running Lagos as if nothing happened.
With the state of the nation now, do you think the country will break up?
Break up? What will break it? Hammer. This country cannot break up. Nobody can break Nigeria. Nobody can do that. Forget about those frustrated Nigerians abroad who are saying that. Are you not happy being?
The country,
wait a minute.
the country.
Are you not happy being Nigeria?
I'm happy being Nigeria.
Are you not
but
comfortable?
I'm also scared. It's not as if I'm not happy being a Nigerian, but I'm scared.
Scared of
Every
what?
day we hear different stories of insecurity, and a lot of people are traveling. They are relocating. They are going outside the country. You know.
Look, if you want to relocate. Don't give the example of insecurity.
People are dying. The deaths in Jos, where they had to move the dead bodies to the government house.
Those are clannish fights. Okay. And it's been going on not now. In Jos and Benue, they have always killed themselves.
What do you think is the cause of that?
They have to settle the problem between them. I think it's a matter of the natives fighting themselves, either on land or on property and so on and so forth.
So you don't
that doesn't mean insecurity. In Lagos today, I can assure you, it is safe. It is safe for investors. It's safe for visitors to come, and nothing will happen.
And Bola Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. Don't you think we need the youth to come out this time around?
The youth?
Yes.
The only thing I'm sure of is that we have educated all of you now, and you are going to be better than us. That's the only thing I'm sure of. That all of you are going to be better than us. You know what you are doing. You understand yourself. And you will work together. During our time, some of us didn't know what we were doing. We were just starting. We were just trying to establish what politics was. We were trying to copy other countries. We didn't have any indigenous government that we could put into place. But now, we've trained all of you. We have more universities in Nigeria than in Great Britain today.
Then we should also have more youths in the government.
Just wait.
More youths in the system.
Just wait. What do you call youth? I was in the Senate at the age of 44.
You were a youth then?
I was in the Senate. So the youth are in government. If you go to the state assembly, you will find 50% of them are youths. If you go to the National Assembly, you find some of them are youth. If you see the ministers, some of them are youth. Gradually, we will be there. Gradually, we will get there. It is not a thing you can do overnight. It's not a thing you can just put a youth and say, rule Nigeria. Nigeria will scatter. It's a thing where you have to put people who are experienced, who know yesterday, who know today, and will plan for tomorrow. That's what we want. It's not a school principal. Even when you want to appoint a school principal, you still make sure it's somebody who knows what he's doing. It's somebody who knows his onions. So who is not a youth? Am I not a youth?
What do you have to say to the youth, especially those that want to follow your footsteps, those that have good vision for Nigeria, that have passion for Nigeria?
There is not one thing I know. Nigerian youths were the most intelligent in the world, Where you find anything extraordinary being done, go there, you find it's a Nigerian that is there. Even if you go to Britain and you want to see a good doctor, you will say that they're going to refer you to a Nigerian. So here we condemn ourselves.
That's true.
I will just appeal to the youth. I'm very proud of the youth, and I know that heaven is the limit. Nigeria is one place, if you are committed to what you are doing, you can become anything. Just be committed to it. Just make sure you do it well. You can become anything. When I was a youth, I was opting for food in the streets of Lagos. I was forced to register at St. Matthias Catholic School, Asiwaju. When I got home, I showed my father, he gave me this slip on the way. He said he gave it to me. He said some people there. He held my hand, said, let's go there. When I got there, I saw them arguing that my name is not Anthony. And that my name is Ogungbemi. But because it's a Catholic church, those people didn't want to write Ogungbemi. So he said they should change that name to Ogungbemi, or else I'm not coming to the school. So they changed the name back to Ogungbemi, and that was that. It was when I was in Standard 1 and I did baptism that I now took the name Anthony, that they have given to me that day as my name. So you, as a youth, you can become anything if you are dedicated to that thing you are doing. Even if it's ordinary joke, you know how to do. You can become a millionaire in Nigeria. Anything you touch, don't forget you are dealing with 200 million people. Anything you want to sell, anything at all. Now, if you now see Nigerian youths, they now make shoes themselves.
Sure.
They make ladies' bag themselves. These are things that we couldn't do during our time.
We now manufacture cars too.
We do assembly. We were doing assembly before. It was the military people who Africa, the whole thing. We had assembly plant in the east, we have one in the west, and we have one in the north. But during the military, when the military took over, they were saying there was no corruption during their time. That was when they corruptly disappeared, all those assembly plants.
So where do you see Nigeria come 2023? The future?
Well, first of all, let's talk of today. Nigeria is better off today than yesterday. The roads are now free. And you can see kidnapping on this highway has reduced considerably. But people don't need to slow down for potholes and so on and so forth. Before, it will take you 3 hours to get to Ibadan because the road was not good. But today, you can get to Ibadan in 1 hour 15 minutes because the road is free and smooth. So, I would just advise that the youth, one, should be proud that they are Nigerians. Forget those who say they are relocating. Let them relocate. When they come back, you will employ them. That was what happened during my time. My mates who went abroad, by the time they were coming back, I was a manager, and some of them were coming before me for interviews to be employed into Black Dodge. I was a senior manager then. Those of them who went abroad to go and do buru, you know what they call buru. Some of them will drive train in the day, do security in the night. In fact, if you go and do holiday with Nigerians in London for 2 weeks, you won't see them for 1 day. Because you will have slept before they come back from work, and they will have gone before you wake up in the morning. And these are the people who will say Nigeria is not good. There is kidnapping in Nigeria. There is this in Nigeria. There is kidnapping everywhere in the world. But Lagos and Nigeria is better off. Don't let us begin to propagate news that are false. There's nothing wrong in Nigeria. If anybody says his family has been kidnapped in the last 2 years, let him come here and say it. In this southern Nigeria, let him come back and say it. All those who have arrested for kidnapping in the south were mostly southerners.
Wow.
They were mostly southerners. The commissioner of police paraded about 1,300 people the last time. You all saw all of them. They are our people. They are our children. Not Fulani herdsmen. So let us live together. Let us not develop hate speech to divide ourselves. We must avoid hate speech. I always tell people, they said, Fulani, Fulani, Fulani. I still say, and I maintain it, Buhari is the best president Nigeria ever had. And if you want to say no, mention the person who has done better than him.
Okay.
Is it the person that one person stole $360,000, $3 billion, that they didn't know until we came to power and began to say this one is missing? Or is it the man who happened to come from the south who couldn't fix Lagos-Ibadan expressway? No, let us search our conscience and let us say the truth. Who of these presidents is the best? When Obasanjo was there, they were selling crude oil at $140 per barrel. During the time of Jonathan, it went to almost $100, $130 per barrel. During the time of Buhari, it went to $32 per barrel. And
what about the dollar rate?
We didn't see the difference.
The dollar rate has gone up.
The dollar rate, see, the problem with the dollar rate is not Buhari. The problem we have with the dollar rate is that we have given Nigeria to 7 bankers. We have about 7 prominent banks in Nigeria that house all our money. The control is loose. The control is loose. You cannot steal Nigerian money without those banks. Now you pick one of them to be the governor of Central Bank. What do you think will happen? The naira is still going to 1 to 1,000. Unless
to $1.
Now, when we were having people like Nigerians who are clean, as governor of Central Bank, we never devalued for once. It was when we started having these bankers as governor of Central Bank. You know, when you take Barawo to watch Barawo, what do you expect? So you cannot steal Nigerian money without the banks. And if the central bank is loose, then what are you expecting? The naira will still go to 1 to 1,000 unless you change that governor and put a Nigerian there who can watch and secure and save our currency. As long as you begin to put these people who put false indices and begin to deceive us that no, the naira is now this. What happens is this? Let me tell you what it means. If you put your money in the bank, let us say you put 100 naira, and then somebody tells you the next day that it has depreciated by 20%. It means your money is now 80 naira. The value of your money is 80 naira.
That's true.
What happened to that 20 naira? What happened to that 20 naira? Because I put 100 naira there. How can you now be telling me it's 80 naira? What have I done? So we need to, they will tell you financial jargon. They say, oh yes, the Commission on Consumption. We are Nigerians, we still consume eba and gari and rice. That is what we consume. That is what we consume, and we gari we don't import. Yams we don't import. The only thing probably that we're importing before is rice. Now we don't import rice. So why should our naira go down? I think we should watch those banks and the central bank and make sure that we put prominent, honest, diligent people there to secure our money. If not, the money will continue to go down.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Every guest that comes on the show, we have a gift for them. Perfection Real Estate Group is presenting this item to each member of our guests. Thank you for coming on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's also another segment coming on after this. Stay tuned. On this particular segment, we will be discussing on how you make money, how to invest and get returns for your investment, how to secure your children's future, your future, and your children's future. But with me today that will be discussing that is the president and CEO of Perfection Real Estate Group, Niyi Adeleye.
Okay, there. Good day, everyone. Thanks for having me.
What do you have for us today?
Well, we are about innovating, innovation.
Yes.
When it comes to real estate. So that is what we are for.
Yeah.
Right? To check what problem are people confronting, that is not probably limiting their ability to have real estate.
Yes.
So in that case, we will think outside the box.
Yeah.
We get to innovate and provide solution. That's how we do. That's how we do.
Okay, so do you have any, the last time, on the last edition, Madam Tinu, that's your director of business relations, she talked about own to rent and how to key into it.
Well, that naturally we have 5 real estate investment vehicles.
Okay.
There's one investment right now.
Yeah.
Right, 5 real estate investment vehicles.
Yes.
We have the ordinary investment scheme.
Yeah.
We have a fractional project ownership investment scheme.
Yeah.
We have the Platinum Wealth Builders Investment Scheme.
Yes.
Then invest and cash out, of course, own to rent.
Yes.
Right. So the ordinary investment scheme is just to help the average Nigerian to be able to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Now, this is based on the statistical record that says that less than 2% of Nigerians. So our vision and mission is to empower and to make people participate, in the real estate sector.
Okay.
So we have these vehicles, I'm talking about the investment vehicles now,
Yes.
that make anybody, any Nigerian, as long as you earn an income, you can participate in the real estate sector.
Okay.
That is what we have made possible, by virtue of our investment products, right? So the other investment, like I said, will help you to be able to invest from 2,000 naira in multiples on monthly basis. What you are doing is you are trying to build, grow, and multiply your wealth through real estate.
Okay.
A lot of Nigerians cannot actually directly afford what real estate has to offer. So we help to create a platform that can help one to grow over time. You know what I'm saying? We help to multiply your wealth. Why? Because apart from the main physical capital you are dropping and you are growing, we also, had, in form of a dividend, and then it is tied to real estate that appreciates over time. Then before you know it, you are able to translate from that point to ownership of properties. That's the kind of thing we are. That's what to achieve under the ordinary investment scheme. Then the fractional project ownership investment scheme is that is targeted towards the infrastructure development in our estates. So it variably means that people can actually invest, into infrastructure development. Infrastructure means the roads, drainages, the city, the mechanical installations within the estates.
So how do they invest in that?
Well, that is 50,000 naira in multiples, like a crowdfunding investment scheme.
2,000 naira.
50,000 naira in multiples. So the first one, other investment scheme, 2,000 naira in multiples.
Okay.
This is 50,000 naira in multiples.
Okay.
Right, that's fractional public ownership. The fund is directed at the infrastructure development.
Okay.
So the benefit of the investor is that it gets a fixed interest, and also share part of the profit of land sales, because the investment is channeled towards infrastructure development, where there is infrastructure that added value. Right, so in turning the value to cash, you are also a beneficiary. You get it in the form of profit share, apart from the interest, fixed interest that you get on annual basis.
Wow.
Right, so that's how that one work. Then of course we also have the platinum. That's the third investment vehicle. The platinum investment is also like a crowdfunding investment scheme, right? But this time around, it's targeted towards the housing development.
Yeah.
Of course, we have housing development within our estates. Our estates is a national real estate project all over Nigeria that we're trying to implement, right? So we have made some advancement in terms of those locations that we are right now. So we are doing building projects. So what we are saying is that Nigerians can actually invest in the art of financing building development, right? So this is just to create avenue for people to actually create wealth.
How do you finance building development?
No, you don't. Financing building development has its own heart.
Okay.
You can finance through the various means, right? You can finance through borrowing from financial institution. You can finance through various other means, but we are just trying to create a platform as well for Nigerians to say, okay, I'm also an investor. Now, so tying your resources through to that act of building, because there's housing shortage in Nigeria, right? So you can also, it's like an opportunity thing. The problem of housing, we are contributing to providing housing. Now, and you are also creating wealth through that avenue. You can also get to hold your own house through that avenue, right? Because you are growing your wealth. Your wealth will be big enough at some time for you to translate it to either you are owning a land, or you are actually, owning a house that you can call yours.
Wow.
And there's a way, there's a formula to it. It makes you grow the wealth right now. So you either have grown enough to convert to housing, or we have grown enough to in such a way that let me just add a little to it. Then I'm now a homeowner, right? Also, people enjoy the art of investing and reaping the gains. It may not be like because people, of course, they just love the art of investing, multiplying their wealth, and of course, reaping the returns on their investments. It also makes life good. That's also okay, right?
So how do they key into it? How?
Yeah, that is 1 million naira in multiples, right? That is 1 million, 2, 3, 5, 10, 50, 100 million, and so on and so forth. Yes, housing is it's not yes, housing. So what I'm saying is that from a minimum of somebody said I have 1 million, I can tie my 1 million to an investment that grows over time. I can tie my 2 million, I can tie my 10 million. It depends. Even if you have 1 billion, you get it for now. It's a drop in the ocean when it comes to housing. You get it for now. So but what I'm trying to say, we're giving platform for virtually everyone, to make it as easy for you possible. You get it for now, for you to grow over time. If ownership is your dream, you can get to own a home. If investing and getting return is it's your dream, of course, the avenue makes it possible. So that's the third, right?
Yeah.
So moving over to the fourth. The fourth is what we call invest and cash out, right? So invest and cash out is a land banking scheme, right? I think you are saying that we are really innovative in our approach to these things. It's not the conventional way that people have known it. You get it from now. So what we are just trying to do is to bring the standards down to the average person. So we know that the average person may not be able to just like, bam, I want to buy land. So we are encouraging them to grow over time. We are trying to take a journey, get the phone, buy this medium, and at the end of the day, you are a property owner. Okay, from being property owner, you can now let me give an example. Somebody was able to gather resources together at the end of the day, and say, okay, give me land. From moving from a cash investor to being somebody that owns land, you have translated. That kind of thing. Translated because you now own a land. You have started your journey to, moving up economically. Because you never can tell. First of all, we don't invest in places that are not strategic. Yeah. So we look for where we can easily, an economically promising location. That is where we choose our locations. We are carefully about choosing our locations. So now, when you translate to owning the land, of course, for example, okay, you own the land in a place like Ibejuleki, you know the future for Ibejuleki, right? Maybe maybe you did it, you struggled at the end of the day, you're able to put maybe 1 million together, you're able to now say, okay, I don't own the land. Then the land has a future. So maybe 5 years from the time you own the land may have become worth 10, 15, 20 million. So you can see that time you started, you struggle to put it together. An average person. I'm not talking about people that who already have and say, okay, I want to buy. Fine, that's good. We do that as well. But I'm talking about, we're concerned about that average person that will say, I'm not able to. And it stays there for a while, 10 years still in this position. No, but our system can help you to take a journey, to grow. Get it, and at the end of the day, you become somebody who wants parties in different places. It depends on your interest, your place, your capacity, and your understanding of what we're talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah, very good.
That land banking sounds very, very interesting. So if I have 100,000, I can do land banking.
Yes. The way we do that, our land banking scheme is this. We have about almost 10 locations now in different places, including the southeast. Right. So what we try to do, we have we sell our land as square meters. Okay. Right? Yeah. So let's say 600 or 640 or 5, depending on the definition, because there are different different places. Yeah. They want to talk about a plot of land. So let's talk about a plot of land being 600 square meters, right? Yeah. So what we're talking about when it comes to land banking is that you can tie your money to the square meter. Right? You can tie your money. Okay, a land is sold for For example, 2,000 naira per square meter.
Mm.
Okay, you know, if you want to buy land, you know that, okay, 2,000 per square meter and 600, thereabout.
Yeah.
That means, so I want to pay the land, that's about 1.2 million, right? So I'm paying 1.2 million for a land, and I want to buy for 600 square meter. Now, but do you know that you can tie your money to 20 square meter, 50 square meter, at that rate of 2,000 naira? What you are doing is like somebody who invested in gold. The price is low now. Let me tie my money to it. When the price is high and they're demanding for it, then that's when I'll push out mine, get for someone to buy, and I'll get my cash at that higher rate. So that's exactly what the business cash out is all about. So you are tying your money to the square meter at that time when the land is still very, very low. I'll give you an example. In 2016, late 2016, October, we launched our professional estate phase 1. Our professional estate phase 1 was going for 1 million naira at that point in time. If you break down to square meters, probably I think 6,000 something, I can't remember. But if you just divide 1 million by, so maybe probably maybe less than 1,000 about per square meter. Good. So now, but how much are we selling the plot right now? 12.5 million naira. 1 million naira, 2016.
Wow.
Now 12.5 million naira.
Wow.
As of today. Now, if somebody ties, as in, even if it's like, okay, let us say 50 square meter, let me just tie. I know 50 square meter is not enough to buy, to build anything, but I'm just tying my money to it. Get it now. Now it is 12.5 million naira. I know, and I know the people are still looking for it. Because while we have opened up the place, we have done some development. We get it for now. Some infrastructure in place. So now it has now attracted. So people can see it. There's a lot of people now want to buy into it. A lot of people are buying into housing. So now this is the time for the harvest of the person who saw at that 5 years ago and tied his little money to that. That's exactly what you do. So you're able to reap. You get it for now. So and the funny thing is that you can even reap and say, okay, the new upcoming estate now, let me invest this money I've cashed out into that one now. You know that kind of thing. So before you know, you are growing, over time. You get it for now. And of course, we do trading of land. Of course, we sell land, we sell houses. So that selling of land and houses is the creation of the wealth that investors are reaping for themselves.
Interesting. Thank you so much
So
for
that's in the future.
this. This is the best way to make money in Nigeria.
Yes.
Invest, especially on real estate properties.
Yeah.
Invest. And perfection made me to understand that they are not just about lands and housing and properties. They are also about empowering people.
We want to be known for empowering people through real estate. And that's our vision. Our vision says to empower people through real estate.
Yes.
Not to empower people financially. Not to empower people through the knowledge of real estate. Right? And our mission says to make home ownership and participation in the real estate sector more accessible to Nigerians. So invariably what we are trying to do is to make it possible for Nigerians to participate in the real estate sector.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show to explain properly what perfection is into. And I hope you'll be on our next edition as well.
Well, I will come.
Probably a representative will also.
No problem.
Hope you had fun. It was quite an inspiring and interesting episode of On One with Priscilla on this one. We'll come your way same time, same station next week. Until then, do have a fabulous day. Bye.
Bye.